Risky behavior.
The views and opinions expressed on this channel are solely those of the host and guest and are intended for entertainment and discussion purposes only. This channel does not promote bias, hatred, or discrimination of any kind. All questions posed and thoughts shared are part of a critical thinking exercise and are not meant to offend or judge any individual or group. We encourage respectful dialogue and love for all. Please remember to think critically and engage thoughtfully. We aim to foster a positive and inclusive community where everyone feels welcome. Thank you for being a part of Risky Behavior ENT.
Risky behavior.
Yo, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Risky Behavior ENT. I'm your humble host, Mr. Diabolical himself. Today's title is Mother Hears Voices That Tell Her to Do the Unthinkable. It's just another crime against kids. And I like to report on children because I want to bring awareness because children are the least protected in our society.
Signs of abuse, and Inouye was taken to a psychiatric.
Right now, 12 News is uncovering that the two children found murdered in their apartment over the weekend were known to the Department of Child Safety.
DCS says they already had an open investigation into the kid's mother, Yui Inouye, at the time the kids were killed. She's now charged with their deaths.
Team 12's Erica Stapleton is digging deeper into the months that led up to the gruesome scene. And a warning, the details in this story are disturbing.
DCS opened that investigation 2 months ago, but at the time, DCS investigators found no evidence to remove the kids from their parents. A warning again, this story is graphic.
Hearing voices tell her to her children.
This scanner call leading Tempe police to a horrific crime scene. 9-year-old Mia Inouye and her 7-year-old brother Kai dead in their apartment, bloody under a blanket and boxes. Their mother, Yui Inouye, now charged with their murders.
It's unimaginable that somebody would kill their own child or any child.
Jim Eggleston is a retired FBI agent and worked countless cases involving kids. He's not connected to this case, but says a lot stands out that could have triggered the trauma.
My two leading theories at this point would be either that she had a psychotic break or that it's a revenge killing to get back at her spouse for one reason or another.
Police say Inouye and her husband were going through a divorce and had been arguing about money and a move to Japan. Police were even called to the apartment hours before finding the kids over a domestic dispute. Inouye's husband told police she threatened to stab him.
Her behavior leading up to this incident would be key in determining whether or not she was experiencing a mental health issue.
The Department of Child Safety now telling 12 News they were already investigating Inouye at the time she's accused of killing her kids. On March 2nd of this year, DCS says they got a report that Inouye was neglecting her son and their whereabouts were unknown. When investigators found them behind a convenience store, they found no signs of abuse and Inouye was taken to a psychiatric hospital. Kai and his sister reportedly told investigators they felt safe with their parents, and DCS, at the time, found no reason to remove the kids from their home, according to the department's statement. 4 days later, on March 6th, Chandler police say Inouye was involved in an incident that resulted in alleged aggravated assault of an officer. That case is still open. 2 days after that, on March 8th, a court docket shows a person with the same name had a court-ordered mental health evaluation, but those records are sealed. In court, Inouye denied killing anyone, according to a Japanese translator, but the prosecutor says the crime scene was clear.
Both of these victims fought for their lives against their mother.
Court records show Inouye was also accused of stabbing her son with scissors, but a police report was never filed. We're in Phoenix. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
So there you have it. And now we have an article. Obviously, this was a woman that was unraveling. I thought it was interesting that they mentioned that this could be in an attempt to get back at the children's father. I'm going to go over this article real quick, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Her name is Yui Inouye. Here the article reads, "My children are with my parents. Mom who butchered 7-year-old and 9-year-old with meat cleaver while they were sleeping soundly fails to accept responsibility. That is so crazy. How do you get to that mental level where you gonna chop your kids with a meat cleaver? That's just crazy to me. Um, boom, boom, boom. All right, it says an Arizona mother who murdered her two kids, ages 7 and 9, using a meat cleaver designed to cut the bones of animals, will die behind bars after being handed 2 consecutive life sentences on Friday for her heinous crimes. Yui Inoue, age 44, was sentenced by Maricopa County Superior Judge Jeffrey Reuter, according to AZ Family, and he didn't mince words when speaking to her. Quote, words can't adequately describe what occurred, end quote, Reuter said per AZ Family. I can't imagine what those children went through in their last minutes, he told the court. The fear, the pain, the suffering, it's incomprehensible. Inoue, who spoke through a Japanese interpreter, said that she believed her children were not dead. She was given the 2 life sentences plus 2 20-year sentences to be served consecutively. They are spending time with my parents, Inoue reportedly said. I love my children very much, so it's very strange. My children are with my parents. Which, of course, they know she's lying because they found their bodies. Inoue, who lived in Tampa, was accused of killing her 2 kids in a heinous 2021 murder case that wrapped up in February with her conviction. Mia and Kai Inoue were sleeping soundly in their beds when their own mother came into their bedroom holding a knife and a meat cleaver, and she attacked them with it, prosecutors said during closing arguments, according to AZ Family. She had to think, she had to act, and there's nothing unclear or speculative about any of that. Maricopa County jury found Inoue guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of child abuse in connection to a prior investigation by the Arizona Department of Child Safety in the May 2021 murders of her children, Mia and Kai Inoue, who were identified by local officials. Man, it's so sad because they did. She was being investigated already. It's just, I guess, child services just couldn't get anything quick enough to that would allow them to step in to save these children's lives. Here it also says the prosecutors say Inoue set upon her 2 children after claiming to hear voices telling her to kill them. She called 911 afterward and then went to flag down officers at a police substation on East Apache Boulevard near Arizona State University. The distraught mother was primarily speaking Japanese, police said, and she reportedly confessed to the officers on the spot about the slayings. Authorities went up to her apartment in response and found the mutilated bodies of Inoue's kids. And you know what? That often happens when you looking at these true crime cases. They'll confess and then get to court and you know claim they didn't say what they said. She was hearing voices telling her to kill her children. Charging documents said. Inoue later told police that she woke up with blood on her hands around 4:30 a.m. to find her children dead and also covered in blood near a doorway. After that, she said she took a bath and finally woke up to the reality of the violence she committed. Her lawyers claim Inoue had no memory of carrying out the killings, according to local ABC affiliate KNXV Tempe. Police said a blood-soaked meat cleaver was discovered inside the vehicle and Inoue drove to the police substation. We are here because this woman tried to decapitate 2 souls, said Maricopa County prosecutor Shaylee Beasley during her closing arguments in February, according to the Arizona Republic. Ugh. The fact that she said decapitate means I don't want to think about that. That's gruesome. Beasley described in detail how Inouye delivered chop after chop to the children while they both tried to protect their heads. She reportedly showed close-up photos of the children's horrific injuries to the jury and claimed their deaths were connected to a bitter divorce she was having with their father. Inouye's attorney, Rebecca Felmley, had previously said that she believed there was enough reasonable doubt presented at Inouye's trial for the jury to deliver a verdict of not guilty. During her first court appearance in 2021, Inouye told the judge, "I did not kill anybody," through her interpreter. The medical examiner likened the amount of force to a guillotine. Oh my gosh. Family said, according to AZ Family, she is a very tiny, very slightly built woman. She doesn't have the energy, the power, or the strength to cause that type of injury to those kids. No, come on. Uh, is that what she tried to say? Like, come on, like that's ridiculous. Ain't like she was, attacking a big old man or something like this. She definitely could a grown woman attack two small kids. We're talking about a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old. Definitely more than capable. The child abuse case that Inouye was convicted of stemmed from a report made by Inouye's husband in March 2021, just months before the killing, saying Inouye took Kai and their whereabouts were unknown. Police eventually located Miss Inouye and Kai behind a convenience store. DCS officials said in a May 2021 statement, Miss Inouye was taken to a psychiatric hospital and Kai was returned to his father. I wonder if she killed them to just make sure that he didn't get custody. It says here, DCS investigators said they did not observe any physical signs of abuse or neglect to the children, and the kids claimed they felt safe with their parents. The investigation did not find any evidence to warrant removal from the home, according to DCS officials. Ah, man. Got some comments down here. Those poor kids hope she rots. Mm. Hmm. Wow, somebody put hopefully the other inmates will send her to the family reunion. Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, this is a sad story. Mm. Bitter divorce. I'm willing to bet that she did not want, because they also mentioned in the news video that we watched that there was a stabbing of one of the children, but I guess it wasn't reported, so they couldn't use it, but that's what someone said. Oh my gosh. That's just terrible. Final thoughts. This case is a brutal reminder that mental illness, untreated trauma, and systemic blind spots can converge in devastating ways. Inouye's inability to accept responsibility, even after conviction, suggests a profound psychological break from reality. But the warning signs were there. She had previously been hospitalized. Her husband had reported troubling behavior, and child welfare investigators had already intervened months before the murders. And here's the takeaway: if you see someone unraveling, don't wait. Whether it's a parent, friend, or stranger, escalating behavior, delusions, or erratic thinking should never be brushed off. You don't need to diagnose them, you just need to speak up. Mental health crises don't always look dramatic. They can be quiet, slow, and hidden behind polite smiles or cultural barriers. In a way, spoke through an interpreter, and lived in isolation. Language and stigma can delay help. We must build systems that reach people where they are. Child safety must be proactive, not reactive. Now, the Department of Child Safety didn't find visible abuse. They didn't find visible abuse, but trauma isn't always visible. We need better tools to assess risk, especially when mental illness is involved. Last but not least, love isn't enough without accountability. Inouye says she loved her children and believed they were with her parents, but love without reality, without responsibility, can become dangerous. If someone you care about is losing touch with reality, loving them means helping them get help, even if it's hard. No child should suffer ever because the adults around them were too afraid, too late, or too unsure to act. If you feel something's wrong, trust that instinct, speak, intervene, ask for help, because silence can cost lives and action, even imperfect, can save them. Let's be the safest net before the fall. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to smash the like button and share this story with a friend. Get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. This is Risky Behavior. I'm your humble host, Mr. Diabolical himself, and I will catch you later.
Risky behavior.